Chief Ipa Priest of Lagos conducted that marriage. Fela, after the wedding, had addressed a world press conference because it was a very mighty event. He said that
it even made the Guinness Book of Records, right?
Yes, he made the Guinness Book of Records for marrying 27 wives in one day.
27 wives.
And he said to the world then in the press conference that these women, they have stood by him all through thick and thin. Some of them have been living with him since they were 16. And then people had branded them all sorts of names, Fela girls, Indian smokers, prostitutes. He said, but to give them dignity and to put some respect in them, that was how he conducted that marriage.
And they were all happy to.
They were all happy.
You also mentioned that Fela actually had a rota.
Yeah, Fela in his days.
In his bed.
Yes, had made love 3 times a day, not necessarily to sleep, but to make love. So, and then on his door in Calcutta Republic was a timetable for the 27 girls, or 27 queens, as they were called after the marriage. So you go check your time. As a matter of fact, if you misbehaved as a queen, then one of the punishment that was common was to miss your turn in Fela's bed. And then that was...
For me, Fela will remain a legend. He is, I think, possibly the biggest. He is the biggest artist that's come out of Africa. But it goes to show that, you know, he died of HIV,
yes,
which also says a lot about the lifestyle that he led. And that's very, very unfortunate. But we're talking about marriage here. Thank you for sharing that story about Fela. Interestingly, his son, Femi
Kuti, yes, so
he's also divorced.
Yeah, he's also divorced. He went through some traumatic experience with his wife. He was actually genuinely in love with Funke, his wife. Then social media again.
You think social media was the cause of...
Well, because nobody had proved that what they were accusing Funke of doing, she actually did. Apart from the fact that they saw dirty texts in her phone.
So they saw texts in her phone?
Yes, with men, and they were dirty texts. So the argument now is, was it morally right for a married woman to be sending dirty texts to somebody else?
But no proof that she actually cheated?
They actually did those. I mean, how will you prove?
Was there any proof?
No, there were no pictures. Nobody caught them red-handed. But those texts, they said, were revealing enough.
Which is interesting because those were some of the things that were insinuated about Nice and Tony Payne, the situation.
Yes.
Some people said Nice claims Tony was unfaithful, but you know, she has actually recently come out to rebuke that and say she was never unfaithful to him.
Yeah, even Funke did that.
Funke as well?
Yes, she actually had to go to court to stop them from continuing those things in those media.
Yeah. One thing we failed to say, which you told me off screen, was the fact that Fela, after marrying 27 wives, just going back to Fela, he divorced all of them as well.
He divorced all of them.
Any reason?
Because when he went to jail for like 9 months, he came back to discover that these women had been sleeping around. And he said, so what was all this love about? If just for one stupid reason he started sleeping around with other men. Same day, he divorced them too, the same way he married them.
Marriage is tricky, and when we put it out on Twitter, on our Genevieve Mag handle, we just asked a couple of questions about marriage, and a lot of responses. A lot of people think men cheat with both women and with men. A lot of people think that people are just concerned with, I mean, one of the most profound responses for me was when someone said, people think it's all about the wedding and they forget that there's a marriage involved. And this is where we come to you, Mr. Brown. You've been married before?
Oh yes, for about 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah, 2 months. 2 weeks of blissful marriage and 6 weeks of terror. And
Terror?
Terrorist.
Yes. Well, I'll not use the word terror actually. I'll just use the fact that, look, you say I'm this kind of person that, look, because some people say, oh, look at this coward, he couldn't even cope with. No, it's not that. It's about peace of mind.
How did you guys meet?
Oh yes, it was those kind of love at first sight meetings, you know. Man meets woman, woman tells sad story of how she's been hurt before and stuff like that. Man is sincere, feeling that, okay, yeah, you know what, I'm a sincere person. I do not just want to have sex with you. Because nowadays, when a man meets a woman, women that have experience or ladies that have experience will believe, oh, this man just wants one thing. So to prove to her that it was not just sex, I was serious, I said, okay, you know what, let's get married. After 2 weeks of meeting. So by the 5th week...
I think that's where you went wrong in the first place.
Oh, yes.
After 2 weeks. Although I know that even people get married after 3 months, after 6 months. And, you know, some people say it's not about the time, it's how you connect. But 2 weeks is a short time.
Yeah, sure. You know what, apart from that one, apart from, you know, some of your tweets, when you're reading out before the break, they were saying that some people get married for the wrong reasons.
Yes, they do.
And, you know, I'm the firstborn, although I don't belong to those family setups that they put too much pressure on you. But the day my mom came to meet me and asked me if there was a problem because I'm getting old, my brothers are married and I'm not married, I said, and you can never get the perfect person. So I said, well, if I've dated someone for 6 years, I've dated for someone for 8 years, 10 years, it didn't work out. Why don't I just marry this one? So the thing is that it just lasted for 2 months, you understand, and I left that marriage without any regrets whatsoever.
You said you left the marriage with just your laptop and the clothes that were on your back.
On my back, yes.
Wow. Would you get married again?
It hasn't occurred to me yet, at all. I don't think so. But I also believe too in one thing, is that people that coexist without having to sign that document, knowing fully well that they can leave at any time, last longer than those ones that actually sign that document. Because some people look at it as...
So you think cohabiting couples, their relationships last longer than married couples?
They do.
Wow.
Because it's at the back of their mind, they know that they're not tied down. You understand?
But marriage is meant to be a thing of love. It's two people coming together, showing their love, and also how you bring up your children.
That was before social media. That was before the advent of TV. When our grandparents were married for 50 years, 70 years and stuff like that, all they had was the transistor radio. You understand? They didn't have any Kim Kardashian or social media or Facebook or Twitter to distract them from marriage. You understand what I'm saying? There are so many distractions now. And I've always told ladies I've dated that, look, there will always be a much more richer man, there will always be a more handsome man, a more funnier man, and everything. And there's some, what you call, prowlers. Those prowlers are there, married or not. They have the sweetest mouths that you can ever imagine. Even if you're married to the king or queen or anybody, when they talk to ladies, they fall. So why bother? Why bother?
Yeah, I mean, it's really sad because we were talking again about how, you know, sometimes some women, they're more attracted to married men, and you were saying it's because sometimes married men look after a woman better.
Sometimes, all the time, they look after the women better. They have more time for the women because the women love attention. You know, the main reason is because first, they are more experienced. Second, they don't flirt around. Married women don't have like 3 girlfriends, no.
Married men.
Married men.
They only have that their wife
and this lady. Some people prefer to call the lady mistress, but it's not. And they show her all the attention. They divide the attention at home and here. The younger ones, who is just sampling, to use their word, is all over the place. He has like other 5 girls to sample. So it's like 2 hours with you or 3 hours with you. If the 3 hours is expiring, he's getting impatient to get up. You know. So but the married men don't have these hang-ups. And I think too the religious organizations, churches and mosques, they have really failed in their duties. Because today they are more concerned about spiritual healings and all sorts of things that bring them money, that make them dance.
Would you get married again? You've been married before.
Yes, I definitely would want to get married.
You'd want to get married again?
Yes.
Can I give one advice too? One more before I go? Please, young men out there, do not go to a religious house to look for a wife.
And women too, do not go to a religious house to look for a husband, because there are so many pretenders there. When you see your soulmate, you will know. Then, if you want to get married, get married. If you don't want to get married, don't get married for the wrong reasons, like I did.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. I actually want everyone to get the February edition of Genevieve magazine, because in it, my MD, Betty Rabo, actually is interviewed with her husband. They've been married for 30 years.
For 30.
Wow.
30 years, yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Irab. I'm trying to look for the page. But basically, I will read this quote. There it is, their journey to the pearly years. And they've been married for 30 years. They have 2 children. I'm sure they have their ups and downs. And it's a must read for everyone in the light of all these celebrity marriage. Not even celebrity marriage, people my age. I'm not even 30 yet. And people my age are divorced. And it's scary reading that. She said this is what my MD said, marriage gives you room to test your patience and emotions. We never exhibit malice that we could be dangerous or injurious to our relationships. Our love is more of friendship and affection. We keep learning from our mistakes. And, you know, go and get your copy and read it. It's Sonia and Betty Rabo, their journey to the pearly years. And I guess if they break up, then people will know that it's over. There's no such thing as a long lasting, because they've been doing it for a while. But thank you guys for joining us, and
for having us.
Yeah, no, it's been really, really great. We'll be here same time next week. Genevieve Magazine show by me, Liz Yamoja, and yeah, thanks guys.
Thank you.